You are probably about to listen to the explosive and extraordinary highlights of the first day's play in the first test match between Australia and England from the Gabba.
Chaps, it's all now happening. The batsmen are walking out to the crease, and it is obviously the two England openers for wow. Been waiting for this for ages.
We have a caution from the real Lord Halifax. He says, "Prepare for doom."
I am prepared to do.
I'm interested.
And pray for mercy.
Hilford House again. He's getting through this over very quickly. He's got him. He's out. Charles is gone. He's caught by Hussey. Caught in the gully, and certainly we have set the tone. The Australians are in a massive huddle. They're extremely excited. It was a cut by Strauss outside the off stump. He's gone for it. Hussey's taken it, and England are 0 for 1. They said they were going to target Strauss, and they were going to target him with short, wide filth outside the off stump and hope that he was going to get out. Well, he has got out, and the real Lord Halifax was spot on, and this Lord Halifax isn't far off. Katic is giving a nice shout at Strauss. That's a very normal Australian thing to do, and England are in the mire. They've basically lost the Ashes before we've even started.
John Stern, who's been on the sofa on occasion, says, "Cook and trot in the early hours. What more could one ask?"
There is little. I mean, life could not really get a lot better, can it?
Can't. And Blood and Mud says, "Siddle looks like the bastard child of Stephen Burkoff and Peter Such."
We say about the Duke ball that its overs are like human years. So in the first over, you can't do anything with it. It's completely impossible.
Okay. Yeah.
Second
You just
over,
have to clean it up as much
exactly.
as you can. Yep.
Second over, it starts to become mildly capricious.
Yeah.
By the third over, it's a bloody nightmare.
Right.
And especially in its teens,
Yeah.
when it becomes virtually unmanageable.
Right.
But then it gradually, as it goes through life,
Gets more sedate. Hilton House bowls, that's on off stump, is driven solidly up the mid-off by
becomes
Trot. No run.
predictable and up its own arse for about 20 years. And then when it gets to about 40, it has a midlife crisis. And it reverses itself completely.
I quite like this
Both
one as
of them.
well, which is from Peter G. Oliver. Test match sofa stopping me from really caring that my girlfriend was drunkenly vomiting in Ankara whilst I'm listening in Moscow.
That is one date that's gone badly wrong.
International.
It is great to be able to take one's mind off one's vomiting girlfriend.
Apparently he's plugging burgers.
Oh.
Really?
Who Shane
Shane Warne.
Shane Warne is. Well, that I can understand. I mean, that's a bit of marketing that might work. Watson in bowling with two slips. He bowled him. He bowled him. He played. It was a full-length ball. He played a drive on the walk, and he managed to york himself. Frankly,
Green 27 tweets to say that he's just found someone who likes Watson.
Really?
Not only that, but he's happy to publicly declare it.
name and shame.
Well, we will obviously need a follow-up to that tweet, Green 27, to identify the guilty party.
Oh, it's easy to say some anonymous person likes Watson. I want a name and an address.
Well, here is the controversial Watson himself as he bowls to Peterson. It's pitched up, and Peterson has absolutely blasted it down the ground, just to the offside of straight for 4.
I'll just get some tweets in if I can. Green 27 has unmasked the Watson admirer. He's a man or a woman called CJF Thistle, who says, "What's wrong with Watson? He seems a fine-looking chap at least, and a battler. Don't you like him?" Well, I don't mind.
Say I have nothing against.
I've got
Shane
nothing
Watson.
against him either. It's just, if you want, the sofa, it has this sort of, it has this approach that if someone doesn't like Twato or someone doesn't like a player, we've all got to go along with it. And I
here
don't
is
actually go along with it.
The divisive man himself. He's creating another Israel in this room here. And Peterson defends that to mid-on for no run. It's 70 for 2. Shane Watson short to cut.
And it's dropped it!
By Doherty on debut. Looked pretty catchable, high and quite fast, but it looks like that should have been
Keep bowling.
a piss poor shot by Alistair.
It was an absolutely dire shot.
Tried to
wasn't
play
it?
it up and over, didn't he?
Yeah.
That is lunch.
That is indeed lunch. 86 for 2, and I'd say that's a 50-50 session. If Doherty had taken that catch, Australia would have been very happy.
But I really, the most noticeable thing about Mitchell Johnson is his resemblance to Freddie Mercury.
Mad Dan Eccles is trying to write an essay while listening and failing dismally. He's got an exam tomorrow. May have to turn us off.
I wouldn't bother.
Yeah,
No.
do you know, that exam
Exams are-
it seems important now.
No, they're
But when you're
overrated.
40, 50,
They're
you won't give a
overrated,
damn.
Yeah, indeed.
I can testify to the fact that Mrs. Couch, whilst being awake, that Mr. Couch has brought with him a bottle of Glenfiddich and 2 pint glasses for me to drink out of.
At the same time.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Siddle comes in now to Peterson. It's full and it's edged and taken by Ponting. A sharp catch.
Dutchbird Kate's very pleased to see the back of him. And Reddish Shift says, right, that's it for me. See you tomorrow night. You puff.
And this is edged and
Is
it's
it?
taken by North.
Oh, you're joking
Collingwood pushes
me.
at a ball by Siddle, a similar ball to the one that got Peterson just outside off stump. This
Well,
is a battle of
that
the
had
hands,
all the
Peterson.
trappings of How's That Travel Wicked, I have to say. That was www.howsthattravel.com/TM Sofa Wicket, that one.
Of 11 proud Australian men, gritted with sand, clapping their hands. Men of iron, men who've dug around for tin and gold and copper, despite the fact that their fathers and grandfathers before them were sheep rustlers, bread stealers and murderers. It's 131 for 4.
It's quite a difference between bread stealer and a murderer.
Well, not in those days, it wasn't. Ball's played out the offside, there's no run.
Rabbi89 Shah says, how much do I wish I was commentating with you all? Quite
How
a
much?
lot.
I don't know.
Quite a lot, maybe.
Can you
I don't know.
can you put it into words?
Put it into
Rather
figures.
than into a
In
question
figures.
which we've got to work out. I mean,
Money.
for heaven's sake, Ravi, as if we don't have enough to do. You know what time it is?
How
Do you know
much-
sleep we've got?
Ravi89 Shah is a potential slave.
Oh.
He says, I'm quite funny, I'm a huge cricket fan, and we'd be willing to work 24/7 for free. What else can you ask for?
Money?
Sexual favours.
Any of your sisters?
That is what it's
Or
called,
mothers.
the sofa, isn't it?
Mothers, quite frankly, if you have any. Actually, I'll do an over in the style of Radio
Radio
4, if you like.
Radio 4 long wave or Radio 5?
Well, I say, here's Johnson as another dirigible goes past. Is that the Hindenburg? Well, bugger me. Is that Botham at that end? I can't quite see. Is it both? Could be Jessup, not sure. Jessup or Botham, one of them has left it alone. Marvellous day. Anyway, I was having a marvellous dinner the other day when I chanced upon my old chap Wiggy. And Wiggy's got a cat called Tiggy, and I think it's that way round, or is it Tiggy who's got a cat called Wiggy? You know, I really can't remember anymore.
Bell is not tempted. Oh, somebody please punch Watson. Every time he follows through, it's as though he has bowled the perfect ball. You know, he's a class act. He's Dennis Lilly times 10. I mean, all he's done is bowl a regulation wide half volley just before tea, which Bell is not interested in. It hasn't moved at all. It's just gun barrel straight. You're a net bowler. Jesus, he annoys me.
Yeah, well,
Does he really, Manny? Does he?
And he's got a fat ass.
Well,
And
3
he's got
buttocks.
fat arms.
Wobbles
Three
in.
buttocks.
And bowls, and that's outside off stump, taken by Haddon. Bell has absolutely nothing to do
with
with
3
it.
buttocks.
Well, who was the Bond villain?
Which particular buttock? Is it the right or the left?
Scaramanga.
buttock?
Was it Scaramanga?
3 nipples.
3 nipples.
Yeah,
was that
three
man with
nipples.
the golden gun? Was it man with the golden gun?
Scaramanga.
That is tea. England 172 for 4.
Now then, what we're going to do traditionally during the tea interval during the Ashes series is we're going to play stick sports. If you go to our website, testmatchsofa.com, excuse me, you'll find a large banner on there. Click on that. It's a wonderful site. There are loads and loads of these sort of diverting games you can play when you're at work and the like. And the idea is really to try to bankrupt the nation, because I'm sick to death of people having to go to work and being told they have to do stuff and prepare for meetings and what have you. They shouldn't have to do that. They should be allowed to just play around at a company's expense. I'm a big fan of that.
So we'll be keeping a league table, so the Couch sets the benchmark with 62.
Oh, he's got an edge and he's gone. Cooker's gone. He's taken by Shane Watson at first slip. Siddle has struck again. Siddle starts again with 3 slips in the gully, bowling to Matt Price. Bowled him! First ball takes out his off stump.
And we don't have a hat-trick jingle. What we'll
don't have
do
a
is just
hat-trick
go,
jingle, but we do have the
Christ.
potential for a hat-trick for the first time on Test Match Sofa. Siddle comes in to bowl to Broad. He's in, bowls this Yorker, and it's hit him on the pad. He's got up. He's got it! He's got it! He has got a hat-trick.
Well,
it's been
he'll
given
refer
up by
that way.
Alim Dar. Hit him low on the pad, maybe on the boot, in fact.
Real Lord Halifax says there's no way to survive such a fierce onslaught. Simply impossible. Poor chaps. Bring them home Dunkirk style. Is there anything worse in cricket than a happy Siddle? Sempre Sammy says a hungry callus. Cara 3010 says took the headphones out for 20 seconds and that happened. Come on, Bell, you ginger warrior. 6 runs says very pithily.
Oh, Christ. G77T says, blazing Siddles, shoot me. David Old says, he's still ugly. Bobby Bobbert says, not a good time to be sat in an office full of Aussies.
Siddle again to Bell. That's beautifully picked up. He flicks that backward a square. That should go for 4. Hilfenhaus is racing round. He might just get there. He doesn't. He doesn't even put in the dive in the end, and that's another fine boundary. That's taken Bell to his 24th Test 50.
Cara 3010 says, Jeff Boycott quote, "As a pure cricket lover, I'm delighted to look at you because it was really good bowling." Piss off, she says. Oh, dear God. It's so unfair, isn't it? I mean, we do all of this. We stay up all night, and this happens. We see a hat trick. We're supposed to be pleased by that.
Siddle in again, bowls the swan. That's got to be out. That is absolutely plum. He played well across that. It was just a straight ball.
Real Lord Halifax says, bring on the rain. 5 days of rain. Indeed, 25 days of rain is England's only hope. I've got it. We have won a bet on Cricket Bet Live. We have won a bet on Cricket Bet Live. Bell to go over 65.5.
Down the wicket. Oh, and he's been beaten in the flight. That's gone way up into the air. He's
got him.
He's out. Bell has gone. He's been caught in the deep. It was clear what he was trying to do. You've got to feel for him. He came down the wicket at him, and Doherty bowled it well, actually. It's Doherty's first wicket in Test cricket.
Oh, he's not. No, he's not. It's all over.
It is all over. England have been bowled out for 260. It's a pretty disappointing performance. It's not as totally calamitous as I suppose it could have been at 197 for 7, but it certainly isn't pretty.
You're listening to DashMatchSofa.com.